Hello guys, this is Spicy Bill. Welcome back to another, a special episode of Gunpla review. So this is actually a special request by a lot of people. Some people want to see, comparison between the two old high-grade Universal Century RX-78s compared to the high-grade Build Divers GBN Base Gundam. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now I'm gonna strip out all the accessory first. So let's go ahead and do this with this one. This is a custom paint job by my friend Mike at UNTOUCHABLE. So I have also commissioned him to do the GBN Base Gundam into the Unit 3, G3. So it's gonna be pretty cool. You can see his paintwork is fantastic. A lot better than what I can do. Well, I mean, I don't really have a lot of time. If I do have the time, I'll probably do something a little better. But anyway, here we go. Here's my prototype Gundam right here, RX-78 Unit 1. And let's go ahead and do this to the RX-78 Revive. This is the Unit 2, obviously. Originally, this was a Unit 2. It just got repainted into the Unit 1 color, the prototype Gundam colors. Okay, here we go. Let's get everything straightened out. The hand option doesn't really matter because you can do whatever you want. You can add different type of hands to the kits if you want to. So there's Unit 2, and let's go ahead and do this to the GBN Base Gundam, which basically is just yet another take on the RX-78-2. I mean, we've seen this so many times. We've seen it with Gundam Age, Gundam 00. We have the old Gundam, and Gundam Age we have the H1, H1 normal. So anyway, now we have the GBN Base Gundam. So you can see the GBN Base Gundam is a lot bigger than the RX-78 Revive. It's pretty big. It's not like big like the Unicorn. It's just, it's like a head taller than the RX-78 Revive. Now, how does it compare to the Unit 1? Well, the old HUC RX-78. Well, you can see it's still taller. This guy is definitely wider though, because the chest section is just humongous. These are the old style Kunio Okawara style proportions. And right here we have the Hajime Katoki proportions with a very small head, super long legs, small torso. This one is a little bit different. It's very interesting. They make the head bigger this time. So probably a different mech designer. But still, it looks pretty cool. Anyway, you can see the head size is very different, so you pretty much probably not a good idea to swap parts between these two kits because of their size difference. With this one, I think it can work actually. Let's see. Let's swap out the head. For a more traditional head, that can work. And that just looks ridiculous. Yeah, I would never do that. There we go. So those are just a comparison. We don't really need to talk about the articulation between this guy and this guy. This guy just don't really have a lot of articulation. But which one has better articulation? Let's find out. So I'm going to compare the weapon later. So let's start with the feet. Okay, the RX-78 Revive got the ankle armor that you can articulate. We got a hinge right here for the feet. We also got another joint here for the feet itself. So this is a very nice articulation right here. This is pretty dang good. And then we have double joint the knees. Yeah, that's really good. We got the thigh cut. We got the front skirt. Can it do the splits? It can do the splits, I think. If you move the... Almost. Well, actually, it could do the splits. yes, it can do the splits, although the side skirt well needs to be articulated. But yes, it can actually do the splits. So let's see if we can do that with the GBN Base Gundam. Well, first let's take a look at the feet articulation. Well, it's got ankle rockers, which is nice. This is also very nicely articulated. Got the ankle armor that can move. We also got double jointed knee. And front skirt you can lift up like so. Side skirt, well, you can move it to the side. Yeah, it can do the splits. So the GBN Base Gundam can also do the splits. Now let's investigate this further and see if we have ankle rockers for this guy. Yeah, let's see. I need to see how the polycap is attached to this feet. Okay, so actually you don't have ankle rockers. This is just a ball joint. So I guess you can use that ball joint to be an ankle rocker. But yeah, that one has like an extra point of articulation for the feet. So I guess I had to give 1 point to the GBN Base Gundam for having that extra point of articulation for the feet pivot. You can't do that with the RX-78 Revive. So, wow. Kind of surprised that this guy has better articulation. 1 point extra for the GBN Base Gundam. Now the RX-78, you can rotate the waist all the way around, which is nice. It's also got the ab crunch, working ab crunch like that. That's very nice. Nothing weird or nothing weird. This one, I know for a fact that this is gonna fall short. So anyway, it's not gonna be able to rotate all the way around because this piece clashes. I guess if you move it up, yeah, you could get it to move all the way around, but the ab crunch this is very problematic. I mean, you can do it, but yeah, I think it's just like parts tolerance issue. But okay, you know what? To be fair, that's pretty much exactly the same anyway. If you do it right, it's not gonna be an issue. Okay, for the shoulders, we have a swing up polycap on the RX-78. We have a ball joint. You can rotate that. Oops. Rotate that. Okay, anyway, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow that actually works. Ball joint polycap right here. And the neck is double ball joint. So the head can move up and down. Okay, those are pretty simple articulations. Pretty sure the GBN Base Gundam can do that too. It's also got the swing out polycap, and the GBN Base Gundam wins because it's got these extra points of articulation right here. So yeah, and obviously we also have double jointed elbow that works and bicep swivel. Just I don't like the way that chest section is designed. This time it's got a hinge so the head can move up more. Let's see. Yeah, it can look up at a more extreme angle, so it can look like it's like basically it can like fly toward you like that. With the RX-78, it's gonna look kind of weird if it's like flying toward you. Okay. Well, you know what? I guess the GBN Base Gundam wins in terms of articulation. It trumps the RX-78 Revive in terms of articulation. So what does that mean? That means we need another RX-78-2 Revive. I don't know how the real grade articulates, but it's probably not a good idea to try to play around with the real grade anyway. But so, as far as it goes, this is probably the best version of not Gunpla Gundam in terms of articulation. Yeah. There we go. There's like a piece of plastic right there. But yeah, surprisingly, and this guy obviously got the worst articulation. We don't even need to talk about this guy. Super dated articulation. Alright, let's take a look at the accessories. So we have the RX-78-2 well, this is the original one. I mean, it's pretty much very detailed in the back. The front section well, the shape is a little bit different, but essentially similar. Okay, this one is more like this is very traditional. This is kind of somewhat reimagined, and this is even more extreme right here. Yeah, it doesn't have that cross, but you know, I guess if you don't like it, you can use the one on the Jim if you have that. Obviously, the back is equally just as detailed. I guess, yeah, this connector is looking very, very not so well designed. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is a lot better design. A lot, more thought went into, more engineering went into this design than this thing. But, you know, I guess they were just trying to cut costs on this one. Let's take a look at the beam rifles. Alright, so we have the original beam rifle, we have the revived version. The original one actually has more surface detail than the revived version. So you can see all that surface detail right there versus the revived version. The original one, you do have to paint that sight. And the revived version is okay. It's just less detailed, but you know, it still looks pretty cool. Well, some area has more detail, like the whole, like this section right here got more detail, but obviously it's also bigger. So all right, and then compare that to the newest edition, the GBN Base Gundam version. Surprisingly, this one actually has some details too. It's not that great though. This thing looks like very much like a toy. This one looks somewhat trying to be a little bit more realistic, sort of. This one still wins in terms of detail. Yeah. All right, so that's the comparison. Let me know which one do you guys think is the best. Which one do you guys like the most? Do you guys like the traditional look, or you like the revived version, or you like the newest edition? There's also the G30's version, which is like between this guy and the revive, with slightly less articulation but more surface detail. And then there's the real gray, which I'll probably never buy. So yeah, anyway, that is pretty much it for this quick comparison. Thanks for watching.